What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another movie review. Today I am continuing on spooky season with An American Werewolf in Paris. Now, just recently I watched An American Werewolf in London. That is a fucking banger of a movie and such a classic. I gave that 4 out of 5 stars. Review currently up on the channel. Go check that out if you haven't. I highly recommend. This movie is not as good as American Werewolf in London. I believe it's trying to be that movie so damn hard, and it just isn't. It is very campy. It stars Tom Everett Scott and Julie DELPY? DELPY? Either way, the two of them are both werewolves in this, which cracked me up because I was like, oh, lady werewolf? Oh, okay, I see how it is. And they still have the same type of idea with like the zombie corpses as what happens in American Werewolf in London. Except in American Werewolf in London, they did practical effects for the werewolf and for the dead people. In this, they only did practical effects, it looked like at least, for the dead zombie people, but they didn't have the balls to do it for the werewolves. So all of the werewolves are CGI, which sucks. But Tom Everett Scott does have a sex scene with Julie Bowen on Jim Morrison's grave, I believe. Yeah, Jim Morrison. And that shit cracked me up. And all of a sudden I was like, Julie Bowen? Oh, okay, she's dope. Like, and then, you know, some shit happens with her and then she never comes back. You're like, what the fuck? She should have came back. Same with his friends. But, yeah, like, this movie, to me, it was campy and funny, and it's directed by Anthony Waller. I don't really know a whole lot about him. You know, this is exactly the type of movie I'm in the mood for this time of year. You know, it's campy, it's scary-ish, you know, it's got the horror elements to it, but it's the monster movie like I'm liking. I have slowly started to realize that, you know, I might hate the horror movie type of things, but I love a monster movie, right? Like, as scary as a monster movie is, I still find myself loving it, even when it's as campy as this one, right? Like, there's some terrible campy parts in this that I found myself still loving so much, like him having sex on Jim Morrison's grave. I was like, what the fuck? You know, like, letting the beast loose, you know what I'm saying? And much like American Werewolf in London, the American werewolf, whenever he werewolfs out or, you know, starts to transform, he ends up naked afterwards. So he ends up just running around and his boxers are naked. And the guy in American Werewolf in London at least had the balls to go full bare ass and bare nuts and run through the zoo. You know, this guy had his drawers on every time. I was like, come on, man. You're telling me you lost all your clothes when you turned into a werewolf, but your werewolf was like, no, I'm just going to keep the underoos. Come on, motherfucker. Same thing happened in The Northman that I seen recently. And they, like, the guy clearly didn't want to go full bare naked, so they just, like, put fake smoke over him and shit so you couldn't see it. And, you know, you could clearly tell that the guy wasn't naked, but in the movie he's supposed to be naked. And, you know, I'm not one to just be freeballing my way through sets with tons of people on them, but at the same time, if the character calls to be naked in the scene and you're that character, I think you gotta go, you know? I think you gotta do it. It just adds or takes away from whatever you're doing in the scene. You know, like, certain movies, you believe what's happening to the characters because you don't see the actor. In that particular movie I'm talking about, I believe it's one of the Skarsgård, I think it's Alexander Skarsgård, and, like, he was ripped for that movie. He could have gone bare ass, you know what I mean? Or, you know, full frontal, whatever it may have called for. You know, like in House of the Dragon recently, the guy that plays Aemond One Eye, he had the balls, no pun intended, to go full frontal and do the damn thing, and it happens, you know what I mean? Like, if the women have to bear nips and shit and ass and be running around naked, and the guy comes around to the turn for the guy to do it, it's only fair. That's all I'm saying. But 1997's An American Werewolf in Paris. Oui, oui, bonjour, enfant. You know, like, some real French. Did you eat foie gras while you were there? And fucking some snails, some enchanté, some escargot. Comment below your thoughts on this movie. Julie DELPY, she was in some other movies. She's was in, I believe, a trilogy with Ethan Hawke, the Before trilogy, I believe it's called, with I believe Richard Linklater was the director of those. So comment below if you think I should check those out. Have you been dabbling with any of the spooky season yourself? If so, comment below your favorite Halloween / spooky season / horror movies. I would love to hear your recommendations down below. And what should I watch next? I'm always looking for good recommendations and movie reviews coming to the channel. Agatha all along. Speaking of spooky season, breakdowns come out Thursday. Penguin, also going to be kind of spooky, more so gangster, more so Batman, DC type stuff, but still supposed to be kind of like The Sopranos. That sounds dope as well. So we're going to have a spooky vibe going on, and then also just a dope HBO show going on. So 2 shows every week. Going to be breakdowns coming to the channel. Stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for more movie reviews. My name's Big Cam, 2 G's in that Big. If you want to look me up on my other social medias, links down in the description below. Look me up on Letterboxd. If you want to see my other movie reviews, my lists, my movie, all the movies that I've done this year, hundreds of movies, dozens of lists, and things that you can go check out over there. So feel free to click those links, follow me on my other social medias. If you'd like to made it this far in the video, you'd like to support me, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you beautiful people in future videos. Later. Peace.